car secured. We're out the REI to get some fuel. We're here in Sacramento. Just got a rental car, so we got to go to REI, get some fuel because we couldn't carry it on the plane. And yeah, maybe get a couple, just a couple essentials, and then I guess we're headed to Lake Tahoe. We made it, guys. We landed here, landed in Sacramento, California, got our rental car, made our way out here to the El Dorado National Forest. So right now we're near Lake Tahoe, so we're going to hike towards Tahoe, but we're actually going to a lake called Aloha Lake. We're at the Mount Ralston trailhead in the El Dorado Forest, so we're just getting loaded up here. We're almost ready. Got the trusty ribs on, rocking the new Osprey Atmos AG 65 liter. This will be the first trip for it, so we'll see how it does. I love it so far from what I've used it around the house and just day hiking or where I live. But Columbus to California, so we're kind of in a desolate spot here, so hopefully our car doesn't get broken into and all, because we're only doing a overnighter up here at Aloha Lake, and then tomorrow afternoon we're going to Yosemite. So most of our food and stuff we're leaving in the car, as well as our clothes, so we're just taking enough stuff for the overnighter. So hopefully it's still here when we get back, because down further, down the where we came up here, there's a little parking lot and there was glass laying around. Looks like somebody's car got broken into, so wish us the best. Okay, so obviously starting right here, we're going to go all the way up this trail, all the way up here, and then come over and either come up here or come down here. This is Aloha Lake. So we got about 6 miles, 6.1 miles. So it'll probably be dark by the time we get there. Yay. So we're on the trail hiking up to Aloha Lake, and we just passed a couple that was coming back down. I think they're just out for a day hike. But told them we were going up to the lake, and because we asked them if there's any snow up here, and they said yeah, there's a little bit. Pretty slushy, it's not too bad. And then they asked where we were going. We told them what lake we were going to, and they're like, oh. He said there's, mind you, this is June 6th, 101 degrees down at the bottom, like Sacramento, about 70 degrees now, but they said that there's quite a bit of snow still up there at the lake, and the lake is actually still frozen over. So that'll be interesting to go from, this sunshine, no snow, to go from this to then go to an iced over lake with snow. We may be camping on snow, so we may have to melt snow for water. Now we are just going for an overnight, so I got 6 liters of water in my pack, which is friggin' heavy, but I got 3 liters for cooking and then 3 liters in my water bladder, so shouldn't really need any. You'll come back down tomorrow afternoon, but I guess if we need water, we'll have to melt snow or something. So that'll be interesting. It'll be neat to see it. Alrighty, so here's the situation. So we were hiking up, and it got dark on us, which we knew it would, and which isn't a big deal. We've hiked plenty of times at night, but the problem was, as we got higher in elevation, and right now we're about 8,200 feet, give or take, 50 feet or so, but we're about 8,200 feet. We needed to go probably another 800, 700 feet up, but the problem was, as we got higher in elevation, snow was covering the trail, which isn't that big of a deal during the day, but at night it was just too difficult. It was too difficult to find the trail, find where we were going. So to keep from getting lost, we decided to set up camp before we got to the top, and then after we got to the top, we had to go down about 400 or 500 feet down to the lake. So we had, we got up, I was up at 7 in the morning Eastern time, and right now it's about 1:30 Eastern time. So we'd been up pretty much all day, and we were tired, and so we decided to pitch camp here. Found some flat spots, flat enough. So I don't know if you'll be able to to see, but I got the trusty Sierra Designs tent. It's kind of on a slope, but I'm up against a rock, so hopefully that'll keep me from sliding too much. About as flat as I could get, but you can see the snowpack is still out here, and it's all over the place, covering the trail. So we needed to stop. I think we made the best decision. We didn't want to. We wanted to keep going. But I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to get up. We're going to leave our tent and stuff here. We're going to go hit the peak, get what pictures we can from there. Hopefully we can see the lake. Then we're going to come back down, grab some lunch, and then head back down the mountain, because we got to go to Yosemite tomorrow, and we'll be there for the rest of the trip. So, that's where we're going to be for the night. So hopefully it's a good night's sleep. I'm tired enough, it should be. So hopefully we don't get visited by any bears. Our bear container is way off in the distance out there between some rocks. So hopefully they'll leave our food alone and get some good night's sleep, and maybe tomorrow we can see some more views. And that's why I wasn't able to give you guys very much coming up here as far as video goes. Oh, sorry about that. As far as video goes, because the hike was just brutal, straight uphill. I mean, there wasn't much I could video. I got some on the GoPro, but I was trying to concentrate on that, and then it got dark, and we were just concentrating on getting somewhere where we could camp. So anyways, we'll see you guys in the morning. All right, good morning, everybody. It's day 2, about 7 a.m. local time. So now that it's nice and bright out here and the sun's peeking over the mountains, I can kind of show you where we set up camp last night, which is pretty cool. So check it out. It's where I got my tent. Todd's set up there. And then, of course, mountains of California. Pretty phenomenal. Pretty good view, but at least I can show you kind of the snowpack that we got going on here. Not a whole lot, but you can see down there, but just enough to. There's more up here where Todd's tent is. That's more where like the trail is, and the trail is, I believe, running up through here and across this snowpack, and then it comes up around here, and then it'll go up that hill. But like I said, it's mostly covered with snow, and it was hard to find last night, so we decided to camp here. So my tent worked out pretty good last night. I didn't slide any. I thought I would a little bit, but I slept fine. See, I got that rock there to kind of stop me a little bit, but no, it was a good night's sleep. Plus we were dog tired, so it helped out a little bit. Go grab the bear bag and get some breakfast. Got the bear container, and so we have all of our smellables in here. That includes, of course, all of our food, all of our hygiene stuff, toothpaste. I carry bio wipes with me for use as toilet paper and the general cleanup. Put everything in there. Everything that chapstick, sunscreen, anything that is going to smell, you need to put in your bear container. So this is a little bit larger one, and then Todd's carrying the shorter one there, and he left his stove and things like that over here as well. But yeah, I mean they're a pain in the butt to pack. They're heavy. You just fit all your food in there, and you gotta just throw it in your pack and kind of pack around it and fill the voids. But it's a pain in the butt. But I mean, it's just the extra security against the bears when you're actually in bear country, not just in camping where I normally camp, where there may be a bear once in a great while. You just throw up a bear bag, and usually it's more for the bear bag's more for the critters than it is for bears, like squirrels, mice, things like that. So got the trusty old jet boil boiling up some water here, and we'll make some oatmeal for breakfast. Strawberries and cream, bam. So got the perfect spot here, nice backdrop behind me, and then we headed up to the top. Ton.
We gotta figure it out.
So we may or may not head up to the top. We'll see what our time looks like. But water boils quick in this thing, even at over 8,000 feet. It sputters a little bit when you turn it on, but it gets going pretty good. These flies and these bugs up here are driving me insane, absolutely insane. They will not leave me alone. They're in my hair, buzzing around my face. It's just an annoying gnat. Now the most important part of eating your food is you've always got to clean up. Make sure you clean up. And generally what I do, most of the time I'm eating Mountain House meals or something like that, where I just boil the water in here and dump it in the package, let it rehydrate, and then just go ahead and eat it right out of the package with my spoon. I use this extra long spoon titanium spoon from Optimus. So it's pretty nice, lightweight. Does great with those bagged meals because you can get down into the bottom without getting your hands filthy mess. But like this morning, I eat oatmeal. I'm going to eat it in here, so obviously there's a little bit of mess to clean up. So I go ahead and I'll just dump a little bit of water in the bottom there. I'll boil it, let the water boil, kind of swirl it around. It's kind of like letting your dishes soak a little bit, and then I'll take, I'll take my bio wipes, my biodegradable towels here, and I will just clean it out by hand the best I can. And bottom line is, I don't use any camp soap. Maybe once every now and then I will, but because generally when I get home, I'll throw all this stuff, I'll strip all this stuff down, I'll throw it in the dishwasher. But I just clean it out the best I can, because I'm going to boil more water in it. I'm going to, make more food in it. You're not going to get any diseases. It's okay, I promise. But if you feel the need to throw some camp soap in there and wash it out, have at it. Not a big deal. But that's how I go ahead and take care of camp cleanup, cleaning up the dishes. It's not difficult, but it's just something that needs to be done or it will get kind of funky. So that's the top of Mount Ralston. It was a brutal hike, pretty steep. Had to go through a lot of snow fields. We just basically followed people's tracks, but I'm sure you can see it behind me. Oh man, it was worth every freaking step. That's why I do this. Oh my gosh. That's insane. It could be torture doing these hikes.
That's Tahoe, dude.
But yeah, and that's what I was thinking. I think we got Tahoe out here in the distance. I'll show you the different lakes and stuff like that. Let's go up to the top here, get the best vantage point that we can. Dude, this is so sweet. You cannot beat this. You cannot freaking beat this. This is unbelievable. Ha! Wow. All right, let me show you. Let me flip this around and show you. So, we're standing on the peak here. You got your lakes down here. You got half frozen lake here. Another lake down there. I believe down here is Aloha Lake. It's still frozen. And then you've got a lake, I'm trying to see through the viewfinder here. You got a lake right here, and then I believe all that beyond it, that's Tahoe. So, the air's getting a little thin up here for sure. But let me try to give you a 360 without falling off here. But it's pretty incredible. And I believe over in here is ski resorts. These peaks. That's absolutely incredible. And you wouldn't want to go over that drop off. Look at that snowbank. Look how steep that is. That's avalanche for sure. So I am not walking on the edge. I'm not going to walk on the edge of this here, because you can see like right in here it's not stable. I mean, it's not stable over in here where it's getting ready to fall away right now. So we're not going down in there. We're probably just going to stay here, snap some pictures, and then head back down. Oh, look at this. What is this? A little ammo can. Is it geocache or you just people know?
No, that's the register.
Oh, that's pretty awesome. Got a little ammo can here. There we go. It says this is not a geocache. Let's sit down and take a look at it here. That's pretty cool. We'll have to sign that, and I don't want to get it out too much right now. Take a look around, we'll sign that before we leave. Put it back. Yeah, it's pretty awesome, isn't it? Look at that. I mean, look at how incredible that is. That's the thing. Can't see this from your couch. Well, you can. You can sit and watch my YouTube video and see this, but if you want to experience this stuff, you got to get out and do it, man. I mean, you know, yeah, it costs time, it costs money, but it's life experiences that you can't get anywhere else. This is just absolutely incredible. I could stay up here all day. If there was a spot to camp up here, I would. I'd go back down, hump my tent up here. But this is just unbelievable. Look at that. How epic does that look with him just standing there? That's incredible. On our hike back down, packed up camp, heading back down to the car, going to head to Yosemite. But I am going to miss this view for sure. And you can see over here, you can see the ski slopes and stuff over here. Still a decent amount of snow. Said that the guy that we saw up here said the snow will be gone. It's like second week of June right now. He said another 2 or 3 weeks and snow probably be gone. They had a normal snowfall this year. They said they actually get the majority of their snow in May, which is kind of strange, but I guess that's just when the wet season, I guess, is, and it's cold enough up there that they get a good bit of snow. But there was some areas that there was around the trees, you could tell the snowpack was still 3 or 4 feet deep. So shouldn't have a too long of a walk down to the car. Probably a couple hours. Not too bad. So then we'll have a couple hour ride to Yosemite. And then we'll camp there tonight, and then we'll try to get a permit for Half Dome in the morning, whether it be for tomorrow morning or Thursday morning. We're going to try to get a permit. From what we hear, it's kind of difficult, but there's still some other good hikes that we can do there. So either way, we'll have a good time. I'm not too worried about it, but yeah, definitely going to miss this view. This was a brutal hike, but it was worth it. I mean, it's just gorgeous country up here. Snow-capped mountains, trees, boulders, waterfalls. Can't beat it. So, see you at the bottom. So this is what we got going on here. We're here at Yosemite. We're at a trailhead. We're getting ready to camp. And, where am I? There we go. I'm getting ready to camp, but first we have to put all of our smellables, i.e. food, hygiene, like toothpaste, deodorant, basically anything that has a scent to it that may attract bears. We got to put it in these. They got all these storage lockers lined up at this trailhead. You got to throw your all your stuff in there. So we walk back from camp and we're getting ready to eat. Give me some delicious chili mac with beef. Todd's got a mystery dinner, cook's choice. But 4 cheese mashed taters. So we're eating down here at the Bear Vaults because we're not in very far, because we need to wake up early tomorrow, get to the office so we can get in line to try to get a permit for the following day, which would be Thursday, for Where are we hike? I know we're going to Half Dome. Where are we hiking in at? What's it called?
Sunrise Lake.
Sunrise Lake. So we got to get a permit for that and a permit for Half Dome. So we got to try to get there early. It's first come, first serve. So we need to do that. So anyways, we're eating here, which makes kind of nice because we got some nice tables here, and then we're going to pack everything into bear containers, whatever we got. All of our food for our trip is in here as well. Took it out of the car. You're actually not allowed to leave it in the car. It's federal law. So anything like that, you got to take out of your car. You got store in these bear vaults here. So yeah, so that kind of makes you nervous camping out here, but hey, it comes with the territory. But we've been driving through Yosemite all day long and for a few hours, and it's pretty gorgeous out here. So can't wait to hike in and see what she has in store for us. All right, guys, getting ready to hit the sack here. It's end of day 2, so it's like 10:30ish local time. So going to sleep in bear country. Hopefully I didn't forget any smellables in my packs, so which are all in the tent here with me. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you guys in the morning, where we're gonna head to the office and try to get our permits for to camp out here and the place we want to go, and go to Half Dome. So we'll see how that works out. Going to get up early, break down camp, and go do that. So I'll see you guys in the morning. And if anything happens during the night, I'm probably not going to turn on the video camera, because it's not going to be probably not going to be something I'm going to have time to do, because my bet is going to be a bear if something happens during the night. Not good, but I'm sure we'll be fine. So we'll see you guys in the AM. Alright guys, so we're headed on Panorama Trail. We're eventually going there to Half Dome. We're gonna hit the Panorama Trail. I'm going in for hiking we're gonna camp for a few days. And we're gonna camp about halfway tonight. And then tomorrow we'll go hit another campground, kind of stay there for a night. And then the next day we'll do a day hike to Half Dome, and then we'll come back, camp another night, that same campground, and then Saturday we'll head down to Yosemite Village, check out the sights, sounds, all the people, and then we'll go catch our flight home. Okay, so here's where we're at. We're still hiking. We're about 3.7 miles in. We're fairly close to where we want to camp. Um, we don't know where we're going to camp yet, but we're fairly close. But here's what we got to deal with now. I'm sure you guys can hear it, but we got to do a river crossing because the trail goes up this way. So we've got I got sandals and flip-flops, which I don't know if that's gonna be a good idea or not. It might be a little bit slippery, but so we're gonna try this crossing. I got my GoPro, so I'll have that on. I really hope I don't slip and fall. You know, they tell you to unbuckle your pack and make, you know, so if you fall, you can let it go, but I hope I don't get it wet because I got a lot of down crap in there, and that's all the stuff to keep me warm. So we will see how it goes. It's deep over there, dude. Okay, so here's our predicament. We couldn't cross where we wanted to down there. Water was just too swift. I just didn't feel comfortable. It was, I mean, it wasn't that deep, but it was powerful. So we tried to find a calmer spot, and you know, as you can see, it's just, I came down here because I saw this little island, so I crossed out into here, and then I went over to here, but there's just nowhere to cross. So our only option would be to camp on this side of the river, but eventually we're gonna have to get across, or go down further where we came from, see if there's another place where we can cross, but this isn't gonna happen. So so we'll see what we find. All right, so let me update you on our situation a little bit here. So that river crossing that we attempted to do, you know, we took our boots and socks off. We attempted to do it barefoot, and rocks were really slick. It was hard on our feet. It was hard to even step. It was all rock. The water wasn't too deep. It was just below knee height. But I tell you what, it was moving way too fast for us to be in there. I got about a third of the way across, and it was just so powerful that it wasn't a good idea to keep going. So we turned back. We hiked up and down the river there to see if we could find a better spot to pass, and there was just nothing. So bottom line is we had to backtrack a little bit. Can only backtrack so far, because if we went too far, then we would have crossed a boundary where we then couldn't camp. So we found a camp spot that'll work. It's not great, but it'll suffice. We got water down here. I just went ahead and washed up and got cleaned up a little bit, used some camp soap, and so I feel 100% better. So we're sitting over here where we're going to put our bear containers and stuff, and when I eat some dinner, and then see, it's probably, I don't know, 7:30ish. So we're going to eat some dinner and then call it a night. It is Thursday, day 4. Got camp all packed up. Just got done eating breakfast. Had me a cup of coffee. Went down there by the waterfall and drank some coffee. So got the bag packed up. Today we are headed to a campground. I want to say it's Little Yosemite Village. It's a group campground, which I'm not real keen on when I go out backpacking. However, being in bear country, it's beneficial. Plus, it has bear vaults there. You can store your food in at night. It's got water, but one of the main reasons that we're going to be there is just because tomorrow we will take a day hike to Half Dome, which will take us a while, and then we'll come back and then we'll stay at that campground again, and then the following day we'll head out. So but today we've got about a 7-8 mile hike in front of us. It's going to take us about 7 or 8 miles, or 7 or 8 hours, because this terrain is just slow going, very steep, whether it's up or down. So it's slow going. So anyways, that's our plans for the day, and we'll see you guys on the trail. Foot rattler. Todd spotted it. It was a good eye on his part. Yep, don't need bit by that. No thank you. If this was naked and afraid, I'd probably try to kill it, wouldn't you?
I was going to ask you if you wanted to eat it there, Joe Tad.
Yeah, well, I got food in my pack, so I'm good, and I don't drink my own urine. Well, not on the regular basis anyway. Well, anyways, we're hiking up this trail. Came from down there, switchbacks, going up this way, and then Half Dome is over behind those trees there. Or actually, it's right there. So you can see Half Dome there through the trees, and we are about 1.75 miles from that waterfall, and then I think we got about 1.5 miles after that to camp, something like that. So we'll be there another 1.5 hours or so. So not too bad. Trail's flattening out a little bit. I know we got a bunch of downhill switchbacks, but there's a little better view. We'll be up on top of there tomorrow. Can't see anybody right now. It's pretty impressive. So we'll be up there tomorrow. We got our permits, and we'll probably start off early and hike up there and have lunch. Have lunch on top of Half Dome. Be pretty awesome. I can't tell. Yeah, supposedly we hiked right behind Mama Bear and her 2 cubs. We didn't see her. She's on top of this rock. We hiked down on the other side. Finally here at Little Yosemite Valley campground. So we got our tent set up and everything. I'll give you a little look around here. I just got done filtering some water. I did 3 liters out of my Sawyer squeeze. I'm getting ready to go down and do some more. I filled up the 2 water bottles, filled up my bladder, so I'm going back down to the river to do those again, fill those up again. But I'll give you a look around camp here. Got my tent set up here. Got some clothes drying out. Todd's tent set up here. This is not a fire ring. You can't have a fire. These are just kind of sitting logs. But you got 2, like up here, you got 2 communal fire pits where you can. There's the only place that you can have fires in here. But they all these campsites have these bare boxes here. So put everything in there at night, lock it up. Speaking of that, I gotta close this, but so we'll put everything in here. Keep the bears from getting into our food. And it keeps the bears away from the food, but it's more about like a learned behavior, I guess, because when they know they can't come in here and get the food, then they kind of stay away. So hopefully that happens tonight. Let's see, I got my sleeping bag. I got my Sierra Designs Wicked Light 45 degree, and then I've got a what is this? This is a Ceta Summit, I think. Bag liner. It adds like 15 degrees warmth. And then I've got my Climate X pillow on top, and then a Q-Core or Big Agnes pillow on the bottom. They're held together by some adhesive Velcro. So, and then this is my Climate Static V sleeping pad. So, and I usually put my puffy on at night because it has been getting colder than 45 degrees, it's been getting into the 30s. Last night was really cold. So, anyways, I'm gonna go down and filter. So I just got done filtering my other 2 bottles, 1.5 liters apiece. Filled this bag up to have some extra water at camp. But in doing so, I think I really realized that I'd need to invest in the regular Sawyer, because Sawyer Mini is great for compactability and weight and all that stuff. But for not much extra bulk and weight, I think the regular Sawyer squeeze, just the flow rate, because this took me, well over an hour, probably 1.5 hours to do this. Now I filled these up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. One of these bags, 2 of these bags would fill that up once, fill up the water bottle. So I just think it'd be worth it to invest in the regular Sawyer, because I'm sitting here on this log. Because you gotta sit down when you're doing it, put the bottle between your feet, do that whole thing, because it is just a pain in the butt. But I'm sitting here getting attacked by bugs the entire time. And I have another filter. I have a Catadine Vario, but it's just too big and bulky. It's great. It fills like 1 liter a minute, but it's just too big and bulky to bring out here, especially as much stuff as we have to bring in the weight constraints and on the plane, and just I gotta go as light as possible. But I think, yeah, the normal Sawyer is definitely going to be my next investment, and it's not that much. It's just I don't want to have to buy something I already have. But yeah, just the flow rate of the Mini is just too much, especially when you're getting attacked by bugs and you got other stuff at camp to do. So I'm gonna head back to camp now and go eat, but Todd just made his way down. He's getting ready to do the same thing here. So got a nice little spot to filter. What's for dinner today? The trusty old ramen noodles, beef flavored, and tuna. So that is my lunch. Boiling up my water in the jet boil. Mix it all in there, muck it up. Have me a nice little carb, protein, sodium filled lunch, which I need because I sweated out a lot of salt today and really haven't been replacing it. So I think she's done. Man, that was quick. Woo. Yeah, buddy. So this is our camp, right? Look at this guy. Yeah, I'm talking about you. You gonna try to steal my food? Huh? You gonna try to steal my food? I mean, literally, there's my tent. There's this guy.
Talking to your deer talk?
Mm-hmm. What you doing, buddy? You're eyeing my chili mac, huh? As long as you're not a bear. Knucklehead. We are en route to Half Dome, finally. It's going to be about a 3.5 mile hike, 3 to 4 hours, 2,700 feet of elevation. So, it's going to be a beast. But I got my pack on me. My Atmos AG. But it's emptied out. I took the top lid off. It's emptied out. So it's probably only 10 pounds now, 10, 15 pounds. Most of that's water weight. Gotta have water going up there. Got my stove, lunch, some snacks, camera gear, a few essentials, first aid kit, stuff like that. But pack's carrying pretty well. It's pretty light. So shouldn't wear on me too much. But it's gonna be up. So looking forward to it. This is gonna be a blast. I'm gonna get as much of it on video as I can. Especially going up Half Dome, going up the cables. But that'll probably be mostly my GoPro because I need to be hands-free. So, anyways, we'll see you at the top. Half Dome. So right now we are looking for the benchmark to prove that we were on top of Half Dome. So, I mean, if my GoPro video that you guys just watched doesn't prove that I came up the Half Dome, climbed up those cables, then maybe the benchmark will help prove that. But we're gonna find that and take some pictures, video of it. But look at that. Woo, a little windy up here, a little bit cloudy. We had some dark clouds there in front of me. They're moving. There's a little bit up above me. It doesn't look like it's going to rain. It's not supposed to rain, so hopefully we don't get any nasty weather and have to get off here quick, because it's going to be a chore to get off this mountain quick. But this is pretty sweet. Turn the camera around and show you what I'm looking at here. Alright, so top of Half Dome here, and then see if I can find it in the viewfinder. When we started, right there's Glacier Point where we started from, across the valley. See the top of the building. It's where we parked at, that's where we started from this whole trip. So we got a little bit of a hike. Got a beast of a hike back tomorrow. There's almost like two parts to Half Dome, if you can hear me because of the wind. But I'm standing up here on this section, and then you go down a little bit and then back up there. I think that's where the benchmark is. I'm gonna try to find it. We came up the cables on the back side here, like on the back side of this rock, going down. It's pretty big up here. I mean, it's probably altogether walking space. I mean, it's not all flat, but walking space is probably, I don't know, the size of maybe 3 football fields, 4 football fields maybe. A lot of room up here, because there's a lot of people on the cables as we came up. And so I was like, man, it's gonna be crowded up here. There's so much room to wander and walk around. I'm not worried about that at all. This little turd keeps coming over and trying to steal our food. I mean, he was within 2 feet of us. Little marmot. Last day, guys. Everything's packed up. Tent's packed up. Packs are packed up. Todd's finishing up breakfast. Ribs packs are ready to go. Trekking poles, check. I'm gonna head out. We got how many miles a day? We got Todd 6 point. No. Another one of these guys. They're always in our camp looking for food. They're scrounging. But what we got 6 point something miles.
Something like that. 6.4, something like that.
Yeah, 6.4 miles back to the car. So we're hoping it takes us about 5.5 hours or less. So we will see. And then we're going to head back to the car, go down to the valley, get some showers, get some go home clothes on for the plane. And then we've got to go back to Sacramento and catch a flight, a red-eye flight tonight, back to the C bus.